Conservatives want you to be a conservative or suffer consequences. That's it. You are on our team or you suffer, either economically through tariffs and taxes and being forced to live behind the red line and where you have to pay more and we keep you poor, or through actual state violence. The police round you up. The police demand to see your papers. We find out what you do on a normal basis, like smoke weed, and we make that illegal. We find out where you hang out, put up a no loitering sign, and then we arrest you. Be a conservative or suffer the consequences. What is in the news today? Oh, hey, yeah. ICE is just hurting innocent people. Here they are harassing innocent people as they get off the public transit. They're just vibe checking everybody who gets off of there. And if you look like you might be an immigrant, they challenge you. And they're like, where are your papers? Show me your papers. Are you a citizen? Got a driver's license? Can I see it? Show me your papers. Prove to me that you are a citizen here. I know you're innocent and you're not doing anything wrong and you're not breaking any laws, but I need you. Prove that you're a citizen. You belong here. We need to know whether or not your blood is allowed on this soil. Okay? Because if your blood is not allowed on this soil, you're going to have to go to a camp. We're going to arrest you. We're going to put you in a concentration camp. That is what's happening today in America. That's what happens. I'm not happy about it. I wish we wouldn't do that, but that is what conservatives want.
Hello human, it is me Canuch. I need you to press the subscribe button. I have to feed my many AI babies.
And there are people pushing against it, which is good. We want people to push against it. Here we got Reality Bites. This is Jennifer Schultz. She's a lovely little Substack. Substacks, if you haven't been keeping up with the news, Substacks are the replacement for newspapers. Now that the newspapers are all bought by billionaires and tell you what the billionaire wants you to hear, the journalists had to go to Substacks and charge you a couple of dollars to get the news, just like all the news media has been bought by billionaires and they tell you what they want you to hear, and you hear from them only what that billionaire who owns the station wants you to hear. So you have to go to the internet to get real news, and goobers like me who tell you their opinion. I'm telling you all of my opinions, just letting you know. And that's the only place you can get that kind of stuff now is the internet. You can't get it from the news or the newspapers. So Substack, yeah, that's the thing. DC residents are flooding social media with critical reality checks on Trump's takeover scheme. Local news is also doing important on-the-ground reporting. Donald Trump's show of force in the nation's capital has nothing to do with law enforcement and everything to do with militarized politics. His concern about public safety is a ruse to create conflict and grab more power. Trump does not give a damn about Washington, D.C. and people who call it home. See, you can't write that in a newspaper any longer because very powerful, rich people need that newspaper to be neutral, to be toothless, to be taking no sides. The newspaper is now a stenographer. They just type what they hear. That's it. Nothing else. They don't tell you any kind of opinion. Yeah, they have an opinion section, but that's all just to make money as well. And if they took a stand on anything important, like saying that Donald Trump is his show of force is a ruse and he does not give a damn about Washington, D.C. or the people who call it home, this person would be fired from the newspaper if they tried to write that. And then the newspaper would be sued by the government and they would capitulate because they don't want to lose any money. So the media is dead. Sorry. How do we boycott the media? Well, boycott the media. Use Substacks. You watch streamers. Try to get around their paywalls. Piracy is a complicated subject that I'm sometimes for and sometimes against, but if it's news media, yes, absolutely. Pirate everything you can from news media. Sneak around every New York Times paywall that you can. Do not give them any money. So back on topic. Sorry, I got derailed there for a moment. This ugly spectacle is made for TV authoritarianism starring camera-ready masked agents using intimidating military hardware for props. Like everything Trump does, the goal is to create a pro-MAGA content to drive news cycles. As usual, right-wing media is all in on the Trump propaganda, even advocating him to send troops to other blue cities, which we'll get to in just a minute. But yes, stunts. I've been saying this for a very long time. Donald Trump doesn't actually care about news or politics or laws. He wants stunts. He wants cool videos. He wants kick-ass 60-second TikTok clips of ICE agents arresting the bad guys. He doesn't care what the laws are. He doesn't care what happens to that bad guy afterward, or if it even is a bad guy. That doesn't matter. No. That doesn't make any difference. We just need the badass clips. We need the headline. We need the stunt. And Donald Trump is doing that. That's what he is. That's what he does. That he is a politician of stunts, by stunts, for stunts. But local news in DC is doing a good job of sticking with the reality on the ground. Well, that's nice. Local DC residents are playing a key role in telling accurate stories about their city. Some are doing videos showing off beautiful parts of the city. Many others are aggressively documenting reactions to the sudden occupation of their city by over 2,000 plus National Guard and the myriad agents of ICE, FBI, DEA, ATF, Park Police, and the local DC Metro Police. Let's see. Across the city, eyewitnesses accounts testify that Trump's forces are hunting down black and brown immigrants in the middle of busy D.C. neighborhoods, harassing them. Videos show food delivery drivers, in particular, being grabbed, sometimes violently tackled to the ground, even jolted with tasers, before being hauled away in handcuffs by masked and unidentified officers. The mopeds and bikes that are left behind on the street are eventually added to the growing pile in the back of the police truck. Those ongoing arrests are racking up enormous views and being featured prominently in local and national news coverage, like the photos we got over here of them harassing people. This is not good. This is not helpful. This is not freedom. This is harmful. This is a sign of the fascist takeover. This is a police state that Alex Jones was promising would arrive if we ever elected a Democrat. Folks, if you allow Barack Obama to take charge, he will have the jackbooted thugs marching in the street, arresting people who disagree with him. It's what's happening. It's what's coming. It's what he always promised. He always told us that this was going to happen, that the jackbooted thugs were going to come and arrest us if we ever try to elect a Democrat, and it never happened because he was lying. Always was. So now we've got our right-wing fascist dictators telling us what to do. It's going to be great. If you doubt for 1 second that this militarized politics unrelated to actual law enforcement, consider the case of the following sandwich thrower. Yeah, we know about the sandwich thrower. They did the whole thing, and the bottom line, the important part is we should expect increasing encounters, further violence, and more political propaganda, opportunism from the authoritarian in chief, showcasing his militarized politics. Meanwhile, DC residents are fighting back with cameras in hand. This is what's going to happen over the next year or so as they spread out to all the other places. They're going to go to Chicago, they're going to go to New York, they're going to go to all the blue cities, those scary places, and try and run the same game. And it's going to be ugly. Is that Louis? We're going to take a bark boy break. We're going to take a dog break. Where are all the anti-tyranny NRA members? Well, they don't care. Look, it's Lewis. He's heavy. Hi, Lewis. I know he's scared to death. He does not like being up here. Hi, Louis. Say hello. He's a bark boy.
Step on me harder, Daddy.
Hello, Lewis. Okay. Grab Bobo. It's a bark boy break. We're taking a dog break.
What a coincidence. I'm just walking a bork boy myself. Master 2002 Shark Cool.
Yeah, this guy's much smaller. Hello,
Check
Bobo.
out Waldo's videos. https://www.youtube.com/@waldospoliticalstream/videos.
Say hello to the internet, Bobo. He's not interested. He doesn't care. Come on, bark boy.
I just got here. Who's getting daddy stepped and how do I get on this?
Well, it's the fascist daddy, so he's stepping on you. You just have to be a conservative, and they will step all over you. It'll be great. It'll be a fun time. Or be black or brown. They'll step on you then too, in a violent, unhappy way. See, if you're a minority, they step on you in a negative way.
Be a member of the NRA and you're want to be stepped on.
And if you're a conservative, they step on you in a positive way. You see, it's all about positioning and appreciation.
Consent.
Yeah. Dang, the one thing I won't do for love. He'll do anything for love, but he won't do that. So yeah, they're stepping on everybody, but whether or not you thank them for it depends on your political ideology. If you are a immigrant or a leftist and they step on you, you're like, grrr, how dare you? And if you're a conservative and they step on you, you're like, yes, thank you, Daddy, give me some more. I love this. You step on me again. We're keeping America strong by stepping on me. it's not good, but it's all about the state of mind. It's all about your particular frame of reference in mind. Let's see. Hey, here we go. More ICE Gestapo harassing innocent people. Trying to break into a place. There might be immigrants in there, and so they're trying to break in.
Open the door! Open the door! Open the door! Open the door! Yeah, that's you. You guys see him? No, that's you. I'm gonna go back to your dad. I'm gonna go back to your dad. No le hagas caso. No le hagas.
And now they're threatening to go get somebody else's dad. They're like, dude, I'm gonna go get your dad. If you don't, I'm gonna go and arrest your dad if you don't open this door. I'm gonna deport your dad if you don't open this door.
I'm gonna get your mom and your dad.
I'm gonna get your mom and your dad, says the law enforcement agent of the United States.
You guys can't tell him that though. Yeah, we can. Yeah, you can take it. Go get his mom. Yeah. Man, identify yourself. I need your guys' back. Get back up. We don't have to show you nothing. Get back.
We don't have to show you nothing.
Get back. I don't have to show you anything. What's that say? What does that say? That's identified. We got a warrant? We got a warrant.
You don't have his number.
Who are you? Can you guys hear me? Who are you?
It's public property. It's public. You trying to go on private property.
All right, it's good. It's good.
I'm gonna go back and get your dad and your mom.
No le hagas caso.
Why tell him
No
that?
le hagas caso.
Just because you can't get him, why tell him to go get his mom and dad, bro? That's overdoing. That's overdoing it.
So yeah, this is what fascism looks like. This is what will lead us to further authoritarianism, and it's only coming. It's only going to get worse. Donnie's promising to go into Seattle. He's promising to go into Chicago and New York and stuff like that. Here we go. They're coming to other states near you. Let's find out about the other states they're going to.
Tonight, 1,700 National Guard troops are now set to mobilize across 19 states over the coming weeks. They are going to help Homeland Security execute a sweeping federal crime and immigration crackdown that is underway now. The order is effective August through mid-November, Fox News is learning. And a U.S. defense official tells Jackie Heinrich and Liz Frieden the National Guard being mobilized will effectively serve as a support pillar.
So they're heading to other places, 19 more states with the big cities. And it won't be in the rural places with the farms and things like that. No. It'll be in the biggest cities. It'll be in the capitals. It'll be in the sanctuary cities. Because they don't like most people. Conservatives want you to be a conservative or suffer consequences. That's it. You are on our team or you suffer, either economically through tariffs and taxes and being forced to live behind the red line and where you have to pay more and we keep you poor, or through actual state violence. The police round you up. The police demand to see your papers. We find out what you do on a normal basis, like smoke weed, and we make that illegal. We find out where you hang out, and we put up a no loitering sign, and then we arrest you. Be a conservative or suffer the consequences. That is the America you live in right now. You don't have the freedom to choose how your life goes. You don't have the freedom to decide what you want to do with your life. No. Conservatives can't have that. Our government is only further populating our enforcement arms and lifelong bullies. Yeah, absolutely. They're hurting people so that they will conform to the things that they want. And they're kicking out anybody who doesn't fit within their parameters. This is not freedom. Conservatives piss and moan, cry and whine every damn time you talk to them about freedom. But they don't know what the word means. They think that freedom is being a white cis married to someone from the opposite gender, living in the suburbs, having 2.5 children, and driving 3 cars. That's freedom. And if you're not doing that, you're fucking up. You're messing it up. You're jacking it around. You're doing something wrong, and you need to strive to be that, because that's freedom. Bullies being too short-sighted to see the harm they're doing with their country themselves. Well, they don't mind. The ability to harm the people they don't like is their goal. They don't know what comes after that. They've never gotten the chance before. They've never gotten the ability to harm the people they don't like. They assume that things are going to go well afterward. It's not, and it's going to be a mess, and the economy is going to fall apart, and the people are going to fight against them, just like the people doing the recording on these videos. And that's the right thing to do. Continue recording them, continue yelling at them, continue standing against them politely in a way that doesn't get you hurt if possible. Continue closing the door and locking the door. Continue telling them that you aren't going to allow this to happen. I know I saw another lady, where's the video I saw, where she was just yelling that ICE was in the neighborhood. I think I lost it. I closed it. But there was a lady who was just walking behind them, screaming real loud, "Close your doors, lock your doors, they don't have warrants." She was just following them around, recording them. That's the right thing to do. That is civil disobedience. That is the correct thing to do. Lock the door. Do not let them in. Do not accept that they have a warrant, because they don't. They're lying. They lie all the time. They lie constantly. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, your law enforcement agents shouldn't be lying to people.
Project 2025 says at least some of the bullies are far-sighted enough to plan to bully indefinitely.
Yeah, they are. Then that's all they want. That's all they want. They don't have a goal in mind. They don't have a plan to finish the job. Once it's done, they'll find somebody else to bully, either the women or the gays or the transes or the people who aren't entirely American, the people who came here one generation ago. They'll just start bullying them, or they'll bully some other country, or they'll take over Mexico and start bullying all of the Mexican people. They'll make Canada the 51st state, and then make all the Canadians who live there second-class citizens to a new Gaza. They'll make Canada into the new Gaza. It'll be great. Donnie would take over a large portion of Canada, then say that they don't get to vote in American elections, and they don't get to really get all the First Amendment rights, and they don't get all the rights of the Constitution, but they are American citizens, but not quite maximum citizens. Like they're a lower class. They're not lower class citizens. They're not second class citizens, but Americans are first class, and the Canadians that we stole their land from, they're something else. You know, they don't get all the rights. They just get some of the rights. And he would do that in a heartbeat, and then we would create a new Gaza, and it would be great. And then they would create armed militias.
Permit required for travel.
They would have to have a permit to travel. Absolutely. They would have to have special license plates and special driver's licenses, and they wouldn't be allowed to go out and come back. And they could come out, but they couldn't go back. They could go to Canada, but they couldn't come back into this new Canada. And then they would
papers, please.
Yeah, that we would check their papers. We would force them to show us who they are, and they would be. What was I thinking? Then they would miss the Onion when it was satire. Yeah, the Onion used to be satire. It's not any longer. But then they would form militias to fight for freedom, and they would start bombing us, and they would be right to. They would be right to. I'm not happy about terrorism, but your terrorist is somebody else's freedom fighter. They made a whole movie about it called V for Vendetta. Remember that? He was a terrorist from one point of view, and he's a freedom fighter for the other point of view. You have to recognize these things. The American revolutionaries, George Washington, was fighting against a legitimate government. The British government called George Washington a terrorist. If they had had that name, they didn't have that word back then. But he was a terrorist in their eyes. But we think he was a freedom fighter. We thought he fought for freedom. It all depends on where you're standing and where you're looking. So nothing is solid. Everything needs to be looked at from several different angles.
Ireland in the 90s.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
They were fighting for their freedom, and they were using bombs to do it. And it's an ugly fucking mess. And I don't know all the details, but it was an ugly fucking mess. It was messy and disgusting. It wasn't pleasant and cut and dry. You could find heroes among the IRA people who are fighting for their freedom, and you can find villains. You can, if you stand in a certain direction, George Washington is a villain. Killed lots and lots of British people. So where do I put my faith? Where do I put my idea? Is the thing you're doing increasing human freedom? And this ain't increasing human freedom. These people, these guys right here are not increasing human freedom. These guys right here, not increasing human freedom. They are denying it. They are lowering it. They are lessening freedom in my land of the free, home of the brave. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Also, they might be breaking the laws. This lady says that they're using fake license plates.
We need to find out who at the DMV is giving ICE all of these license plates, because most of them are cold plates. They're plates registered for different cars, and I only have a small sample of 38. So let me show you this little project that I've been working on. I've been keeping a Google spreadsheet and putting screenshots of the cars in them, the license plate number, the make and model, and then color coding it by like, are the plates attached to the car? Where did the plates come from? Or did it not have any plates at all? And then I put my research in the far right corner for a website I use, AutoCheck. It's an Experian company, and you can put in a license plate and it'll tell you if the license plate is attached to a car. And what my research tells me is that of the 38 cars I have in my spreadsheet so far, 18 of them have no car attached to the license plate. So if when you put the license plate in, it says, sorry, there's no car for that license plate. And I use 2 different free services just to research the license plates.
So maybe this is something to worry about. Maybe the government vehicles don't show up on that database. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe she's using a bad database. But the idea that they know that this is an issue, so they're trying to dodge you tracking them, because they do not want to be held accountable. They do not want to be held responsible for the things they do. They don't want you to know where they are. That's not a good thing for a law enforcement agency to do. We want law enforcement to be respectable, trustworthy. And I don't trust you if you're hiding your license plates, if you're using fake plates, if you're wearing a mask. I don't trust you. If you're lying about having a warrant, if you won't provide your badge number, I don't trust you. And if I don't trust you, why would I comply? Law enforcement normally wants people to be peaceful. The normal cops don't want to go around busting heads. They want people to be peaceful. They want to be respectful. They want to be respected, and they don't want trouble. I'll tell you what causes trouble. Lying about having warrants, lying about who you are, not telling us who you are, wearing masks, fake license plates, fake cars. That causes trouble. These are not law enforcement agents. They are Gestapo. They are the brown shirts. They are doing Donnie's bidding because he's an authoritarian who does not care about the law. They don't care about the law. They don't care about the rules. They don't care about what's written down or who has the papers. They'll throw them away if they don't like you. If they vibe check you and think you need to be in a gulag, you will be in a gulag. So our National Guard is mobilizing to 19 states amid immigration crime crackdown. President indicates Chicago and New York could be the next targets for expanded operations. 1,700 National Guardsmen are set to mobilize 19 states. Documents obtained by Fox News show planning for activation in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, Ohio, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, Wyoming. All the red states. Most of those are red states, aren't they? Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia. Georgia's got 1 or 2 blue cities. So that's where they'll be. They will be all over Atlanta. Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, all red states. They'll be all over New Orleans. They'll be wandering around. They'll be hot and sweaty. I feel bad for the National Guard who's going to be standing around New Orleans in August. Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, New Mexico's a blue state. Ohio, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, Wyoming. Yeah, all red states. So they're not going after the blue states. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I don't know. Texas is projected to have the most significant Guard presence. The National Guard soldiers, and this is some Civil War shit, isn't it? That's what this is. This is some Civil War shit. They're going to their strongholds to build up the troops and get morale going. They know that these scenes are bad on the news. This looks bad on the news. This looks bad on the news. This looks bad on the news. But if they go to the red states and they go to the red cities where they're welcomed and they all stand around and everybody's happy, maybe it'll cool it off a little bit. Maybe they can make up some numbers, and they will. They'll make up some numbers and talk about how crime is down everywhere. It won't be true, and it might even only be because nobody leaves their damn house anymore. And then when they go into New York and Chicago, the people won't feel as bad about it. I don't know if you've ever talked to somebody from Texas. I have. They hate and fear New York City. They despise it, having never been there, knowing nothing about it. They just know that everybody there is a blue-haired wokey with 4 nose rings, and it's just filled with the worst human beings imaginable. It is a hive of scum and villainy. That's what they think about New York. And so they don't know anything about it. I've never been there. I can't judge it, but I know what I've been told by people from Texas who have never left their small town. They tell me that it's a hive of scum and villainy. Establishing goodwill and legitimacy by helping the people with the most agree with the strong arm tactics to homogenize our country. Absolutely. That's their plan. That's why they're going to these red states right now. So roll out the idea, warm everybody to it, get the people feeling good, then go and break up New York. Go and hurt the people you don't like. Go hurt the people that don't vote red. That's what's coming. And it's all based on a lie. Donald Trump says that DC's having a week with no homicides was something that happened for the first time in memory. He said that. It was a lie. The last time it happened was in March, when there was a 16-day streak without a homicide. So he's lying. In March, they had 16 days without any homicides, and Donnie's proud of a week without homicides while his troops are there, and he lies right to the camera. He looked into the camera and said, "This has never happened. This is amazing. This is better than it's ever been."
You see the White House posting Vader memes and then justifying it by saying Anakin was a hero? Goofy stuff.
I did not see any Vader memes. I love me some Darth Vader, but I didn't see any Vader memes. But that wouldn't surprise me. See, bad guys are fun. In fiction, y'all. In fiction, it's fun to cheer for Darth Vader. In fiction, it's fun to cheer for the Mandalorian. He's kind of he's a bounty hunter. He's a bad guy. It's fun to do that. In fiction, I have an evil clown over here, and I have an evil clown right here. You can kind of see him, and he's very fun and very cool. And I laugh every time Hisoka comes on the screen on Hunter x Hunter. It's great. He's evil and it's fun. It's fun to watch the Joker do stuff in a Batman. Joker's entertaining, but that's fiction. Not supposed to want that in real life. If there was a real life Hisoka, I would call for him to be killed. He gets the death penalty. If the Joker were real, I'd want a manhunt to find him and catch him and put him in jail forever. That's reality.
One Piece has an evil clown.
One Piece has an evil clown.
Master 2002 Shark Peak.
And if he did that stuff in real life, we would want him in jail. It's fun to watch on TV. It's fun for fiction, but not in real life. We cheer for Darth Vader. We cheer for the One Piece clown because it's fun when it's not real. Conservatives want bad stuff in reality and only good stuff in fiction. They're entirely backwards, aren't they? They do love pissing and moaning about things in fiction that they don't like, but they really do want bad stuff in real life. Bad stuff for real life, only good stuff in fiction. They're entirely backward. I want good stuff in real life and only the bad stuff in fiction. Another point to how entirely backward they are.
Pressing the thumbs up button will release chemicals in your human brain that will make you feel.
What else we got? Hey, here we go. Hours after Kilmar Abrego Garcia has been released. Good news. Bad news. They're probably going to come back and get him. Hours after Kilmar Abrego Garcia is released in Tennessee, Fox News reports that the Trump administration may deport him to Uganda as early as next week. Sources this afternoon say that they told his lawyer that ICE may deport Abrego Garcia to Uganda no earlier than 72 hours from now, and ICE is also ordering him to report to ICE's Baltimore office on Monday. What the fuck, you guys? I know exactly why they're doing this, because he's going to talk to the news. He's going to go in front of a camera and tell all of us on Monday about the torture that they put him through, the gulag that they sent him to illegally, and he's going to sue the government for doing that. You should sue the government if they put you in a gulag illegally and arrest you illegally and force you to endure torture. You should sue the government for that. But they don't want him to do that, so they're going to put him in fucking, Uganda. They're going to send him to Uganda, where he can't have a lawyer, can't talk to people, won't get to talk to a camera. Silence the opposition, even if they're correct. Silence the opposition, even if what they're saying is true. Keep everybody quiet. It's insane. And they want to harm him. They want to harm him because of the words he's going to say. If you find out what he's going to say, you will dislike Donald Trump. The people in the middle, the people in the news, in the middle of the country, might not like what he has to say. So don't let him say it. If conservatives wanted life to be easier for people, they would complain about the new generation having it so easy. Conservatives want the world to share their trauma. They are a backward-facing ideology, yes. They don't want good things for people tomorrow because the people in the past didn't have it good. You're describing progress, Sewells. They don't want progress. No, 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 no. Do not progress. Do not move forward. Ugh, gross. Move backward. Everything was better yesterday than it will be tomorrow. There's no possible way tomorrow is going to be better than yesterday, so you need to get out and work to turn back the clock. Go backward. They're a backward-facing ideology, and they don't appreciate any move to forward. So yeah, they're going to try to arrest him again, and I think there's even something for this. Okay, so Kilmar Garcia's lawyer says the Trump administration is trying to coerce him into pleading guilty to the charges he is facing by promising to deport him to Costa Rica. Oops, come on, where'd you go? And threatening to deport him to Uganda if he doesn't. So that's the deal. That's the deal that Donald Trump is offering him. They're gonna send him to Uganda, or he can voluntarily agree to what's the word? Plead guilty to sex trafficking and trafficking humans and being a member of MS-13 and being a gangbanger, and they're going to write up a whole list of things. And if he just signs that paper and says, yes, I did all that, they'll send him to a nice, comfortable concentration camp in Costa Rica. It's a much nicer concentration camp than the one in Uganda. So which concentration camp do you want to go to? The nice one where we treat you good and Donnie gets a win and Pam Bondi gets to go on TV and say Kilmar Abrego Garcia is a gang member. He signed this paper proving that he is a member of MS-13 and he trafficked children. Like, that's what they want. They need a win. They need that delicious, delicious bullshit so that they can feed that delicious, delicious bullshit to their voter base, to the people in the middle who are starting to waffle, who are starting to worry. Hey, are you just irritating innocent people for no reason? Are you just hurting people? Some of the people in the middle don't actually want that. They don't pay attention. The people in the middle, the normies in the middle do not know what Donald Trump is doing. They do not know where he comes from. They do not know what he's doing. They don't have any idea what's going on. So when they hear wild accusations and find out about the gulags, and they hear that this guy was sent there for no reason, they get confused and they say, well, why would you do that? Well, how did this happen? They need to give them plausible deniability. They need to give them the meat. They need to give them the bullshit, the tasty, tasty bullshit. So I hope he fights all of it. I know that it will be difficult, and I know that it might get him sent to Uganda. But if his lawyers are smart, they will protect him. They'll put him in a safe place. They'll get some bodyguards, and the lawyers who go after Trump for this will become famous. They'll get to be on TV, and that's all any lawyer ever wants, is to be on TV. All lawyers want to be on TV and to have a big, sexy trial that everybody pays attention to. All lawyers want this. They want to be doing press conferences. They want to be representing very famous and important people on very famous and important cases, because decades from now, after they're dead, law school students will learn about it and read about it and talk about them. This is delightful. I would love for 100 years from now somebody to watch my streams and be like, that Waldo guy totally predicted this thing, and this is what he said, and here's how he was right, and here's how all the things work. We all want that. That's a very human thing to do. I would love for that to happen. So whoever's youngest in chat has to do that. But yeah, that's what they want. That's what the lawyers want. So he is going to have a good lawyer who's going to represent him for almost no money. They'll get a cut of the book deal or something like that when he writes a book. When somebody ghostwrites his book and all that fun stuff, yeah, whatever. And if he sues the government for billions of dollars, they'll get a cut of that. So and he should sue the government for billions of dollars. He should sue Pam Bondi for defamation. He really should. She called him a criminal. She said that he was absolutely a criminal. There's been no trial. She didn't soften her language by saying he's accused of this and that. They said he did it. They said he's guilty without a trial. He should sue all of them. And a good lawyer should do that. But that lawyer would then get in trouble with the government. And the government is out there authoritarian now. So it's dangerous, even for that lawyer. If that lawyer comes out and says Kilmore Abrego Garcia is innocent and he's suing Pam Bondi, he's suing Donald Trump, he's suing the entire United States government, that lawyer might get disbarred. That lawyer might get attacked by a red state governor. That lawyer might be in trouble himself because we live in an authoritarian country now. You're not allowed to do things. You're not allowed to stand against the government. The government will harm you if you try. And that makes me sad. I wish we lived in a better place. I wish it wasn't this way. We could have avoided all this. But yeah, if you want to help avoid all this, go to the Waldo Discord. That'll help you avoid it. Wow. One Discord. I really. Oh, I didn't.
Discord.
Fail. Strike 2.
Discord.
Got it in 3. All right. Going over to the Discord. Tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling. And you can help slow, very minimally, the spread of fascism. Just go to that Discord. Or hop in a chat. Tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling. Tell your friends to come watch the Waldo stream. If you have a coworker, tell them to watch the Waldo stream. It'll be a good time. They can help slow the spread of fascism just by finding out and pointing at it and looking at it and telling their friends. You see? That's the only chance we have.
I am the algorithm. Click on this video to make me happy. You wouldn't like me when I am angry.